move that over just a little bit. Good morning, how are you? Oh, sorry. Oh, we have a friend this morning. Good morning. Good morning and welcome back to Yarn on the Beach. I'm Kristin Omdahl. We're at Barefoot Beach this morning in Southwest Florida. This is the Gulf of Mexico. The sun is about to come up over the land side and it's going to sparkle over these beautiful waves in a minute. Good morning, Miss Detroit. Thank you to everybody who is joining me live. If you are going to be watching in the recorded broadcast, I will have the ability to comment on your comments and answer your questions in the comments. But for anybody that's here live, your comments are showing up on the screen. Good morning, everyone. Thanks so much for being here. We have gained 2 degrees from yesterday. It is now 41 degrees outside. That's the good news. And the other side is that we've also gained a little wind. So I actually thought yesterday was really kind of comfortable, and today not so much. But I've got a ton of layers on, so I think we're gonna be just fine anyway. I'm wearing the knit messy bun hat that I made the other day. Remember when we were working on this on the rain day? I'm not quite sure it's long enough. I kind of feel like making another round and maybe not making the bind off so stretchy. But otherwise, I really love it. It's 4 rounds of stockinette alternated with 4 rounds of reverse stockinette, and I really love the texture of it. I don't know if anybody feels like chiming in. I'm not sure it's long enough. I feel like it could go 1 more inch and maybe be a little more snug on my ears, which is why I'm feeling like putting my cowl up. Ooh, everybody's got colder temperatures. I'm sure you do. I hope everybody's indoors, preferably in front of a fireplace, a hot beverage, and some yarn in your lap. If anybody is crafting along with me, please let me know what you're working on. Marina, it is beautiful here. It doesn't matter what the temperature is outside. It is gorgeous here in Southwest Florida all the time. Got some beautiful colors going on here, and the sun is just peeking up over the trees right now, which means it's starting to glisten on the water, and it will be here to warm me up soon enough. I'm missing a couple of comments. I apologize, but it looks like some people are talking to each other already this morning, and that's really cute too. I love that. Working on a scarf, wonderful. Thank you, Marina. I like it too. I think it's not quite complete yet. I'm sure I'm not the only one that makes something and then goes back and tweaks it afterwards too. Yes, hot in Australia, definitely. Yes, I think I would love the weather in India also. I'm sure there's parts of India that are really warm and beautiful and lots of beautiful colors. Oh good, somebody ordered the Lantern Moon needles that we talked about last week. Great, I hope you enjoy them. Let me know. Good morning, Edna. Good morning, Elisa. I missed a couple of other names and I'm sorry. I brought a project with me today that I'm working on. I'm working on another crochet mandala this is done in my Be So Serene yarn sampler kit. These are all the hand-dyed colors that I make in this 100% organic cotton that's USA made. And this whole pattern is available on my website. I made an extra version of it for demos and for teaching at my knitting club on Tuesday nights. And I was planning on giving it as a Christmas present. And I'm sure I'm not the only one that feels this way. I got really worried about giving it as a present just before Christmas. I was worried that maybe the person wasn't into this type of thing and I didn't want to force my stuff on them. And I don't know, maybe it was just a confidence thing, not sure, but I never did finish it. And what I'm thinking to do this morning is put fringe on it, but not fringe it as heavily as I've done other versions of this in the past. I'm going to do thin fringe and not real thick sections of it, and then I'm going to pick up seashells on the beach or other little things and tie them into the fringe, so it's just a little more messy and whimsical. And that's the look I'm going to go for with it. And maybe if I get up the courage, I'll give it to my friend for her birthday instead. Thank you. Yes, it's a mandala. Somebody had asked what it was. Yeah, it's a wall hanging. You just hang this on the wall. I have, if you go to my website, you can see it. I have one just like this hanging over my piano, so I get to look at it. The bright colorful one I have over my piano, so I get to look at that when I play piano. And then I made another one in a solid color. Let's see which color. One of the greens. I think it might be this color that I used. And I fringed that one and put white feathers at the bottom of that. That one's really pretty too. Oh good, I'm glad you guys like my idea. Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can collect stuff at the beach, maybe even some driftwood. I don't know, we'll see. Need to get the fringe on there first and then see what comes about. Maybe it'll be sea glass. I have some sea glass beads at home. That might be really pretty too. Might be. Yeah, so just gonna play around with it and see what comes up. But I'm gonna start by trying the fringe out. I'm gonna do 2-piece sections on this. And I'll lift it up so you can see how you add fringe. Real simple. Just slide it through, fold it in half, slide it through on one side, and pull the tails through the loop. Like that. Judy, thanks. Somebody said if my friend doesn't like it, to send it her way. I'm sure she would like it. She likes bohemian type stuff. For some reason, I lost my confidence about gifting it at the last minute. Don't know. Could have been something else going on in my head at the time. It happens to all of us. Oh, somebody else made these for her coworkers for Christmas. That's a great idea. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she'll like it. In fact, I know she likes this kind of stuff, so I don't know what my problem was. Sometimes we just get caught up in our heads, right? Thank you, Leanne. I appreciate the compliment, but I think it's also important to share with you guys when I question myself, because I think it's an important part of the creative process to know that it's okay to question yourself and not think everything is 100% all the time. It's something that it's a process, right? So like when I've talked before about when I don't know what to do on a project, set it aside and wait till you have a better idea about it. And so here's the thought. If I wasn't sure about gifting this at Christmas, possibly it's because my design idea needed to, you know, percolate a little more in my brain. And that's how I feel now, because if I add stuff from the beach, I actually think she'll love it even more, and I love the idea too. Yeah, someone else just reminded me to be nicer to myself. Yes, see, that's why that was my New Year's resolution, because in my brain, that is something that I absolutely have to work on. We all have something we have to work on, right? But there's something so personal about giving something handmade, because you've poured your blood, sweat, and tears into it, that, I don't know, it's a very intimate experience to give someone something that you designed and or created for them. And it, you know, sometimes I get insecure about it. That's all. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. So there, we've got a little bit going. Oh, all white on embroidery hoops. That sounds beautiful too. I don't think there's a bad way to make mandalas. They're all beautiful. Yes, we all need to be nicer to ourselves. I totally agree. Thank you, Linda, for appreciating the vulnerability aspect. It's scary to even admit when you're not perfect, right? We all try to pretend, and I don't think anybody gains anything from pretending. So there, we've got a few more done. Hi Annie, thanks for watching. So then I'll show you, this is what they'll look like down here. And I may not even have enough yarn here to do it today, but can certainly get started. Oh, there's something else I wanted to share with all of you this morning. I came across something very disturbing on the internet this week. You all know that my website is KristinOmdahl.com. For at least 10 years, and prior to 3 years ago when I bought KristinOmdahl.com, my website was styledbykristin.com. And I didn't think it was a good representation of my brand. Annie, yes, it's a mandala / dream catcher. I think it's kind of a hybrid of the two of them. So, Styled by Kristin, I got rid of and purchased KristinOmdahl.com and moved the website over and kept it for a couple of years and then stopped paying for it. And very recently, so this is, I don't know how long it's been going on because I dropped it quite a while ago. Somehow I stumbled on something the other day. Styled by Kristin is now a working website, and it is someone pretending to be me. And above and beyond the fraudulent aspects of it, which is just creepy as can be, it really bothers me because I pour my blood, sweat, and tears into representing my brand, to helping empower other people, inspire other people, and teach other people. And so now, what if someone's first impression of me or second impression of me is that I'm this bozo pretending to be me at this website? So if you, I contacted a friend yesterday whose brother is a lawyer, and he gave me a place to go and ask for it to be removed, and it just doesn't seem like enough, you know. And so we made the verbal phone call, we made the written request to this website to have it taken down. The people at the website are refusing to reply. But it's like, you go to their website and their About Me page says it's me. They say they're me, and and their content pages, their crochet and knitting content pages, are my actual work that they copied and are using as their own work. But they're saying, it's not even that, they're saying they're me. Their About Me page says they are Kristin Omdahl. And it's an old bio that they've picked up from God knows where, but they have a contact button, they have a mailing list link, and they say that they're me, and I can't even begin to wrap my head around that. You know, I understand the whole negative contact. It's not Facebook, Leanne, it's an actual website. It's a website called styledbykristin.com, and there are old links, old broken links from content that I created for 10 years that drive back to that website, I guess. And so they're taking, can I put a pause? Yes, it is identity theft, and I don't know what my rights are for identity theft. Yeah, the lawyer told me that I should speak vocally about it in social media and on my website to at least make my audience aware that it's not me. But I feel really, you saw this, yeah, you saw the mandala. I feel really uncomfortable about the fact that it is identity theft, and even if we get it taken down now, it bothers me that there might be people out there who got a bad taste in their mouth about me from communicating with these bozos and thinking, oh, she's a jerk. I don't want to learn from her. I don't want to hang out with her. I don't want to do anything with her. And that bugs me. If somebody doesn't want to like me for me, I'm totally fine with that. But somebody doesn't like me for someone else misrepresenting me, that makes me feel very creepy on the inside. So, this is my first time sharing it, so just wanted to mention that to all of you, and I will be making a blog post and announcement later today about it, but just yuck. Identity theft is disgusting. Just be yourself, right? Miss Detroit, you saw fraud of mine on Instagram? I don't understand what you're saying. You saw someone fraudulently trying to be me? Thank you, Linda. Really? Miss Detroit, could you send me those links? Okay, so Miss Detroit says she's seen somebody pretend to be me on Instagram as well. Wow, it's gonna get deep. Well, it's not, I mean, it is what it is. Yes, Crystal, that's the problem I have, is that it takes away from the hard work that I've put in because it misrepresents me. I don't want someone to have a negative experience with someone pretending to be me. I work too hard for that. On a lighter note, the sun's up and we have a beautiful sunrise. And it's a smidge warmer as well, which I'll take that. And we've got some progress on our fringe. Isn't that pretty? The temperature is about 40, oh, it was 41 when I got here, but windy. So I'm not sure, I don't even want to know what that means wind chill wise, because it feels pretty cold, but it was 41 without the wind chill. Hi Hagit, Shabbat Shalom to you too. I'm so glad you all are liking the sound of the water this morning. Isn't it lovely? No, it does not take long to add fringe. It's a simple process. And it requires, you know, paying a little bit of attention and being patient, but it is so worth it because it's so beautiful. Got a few tangles in here. Negative 40 in Toronto. Oh my goodness, that is cold. I hope you are cozy and indoors. Preferably with a beautiful fireplace crackling. Did this one backwards. All right, go back that way. Let's see, there are a couple of people walking at the beach in winter parkas. Somebody asked how busy the beach was this morning. I can show you. See, we have nobody in this direction. And in this direction, we have a couple of walkers. And they're all very bundled up, just like me. It's actually not so bad once the sun comes up, though. This is not bad. It is beautiful, isn't it? Annie's asking what size hook to use for thread crochet. And it really depends on what you're trying to make. You can use all sorts of hooks for that. You could use the steel hooks to make really delicate doilies or jewelry, or you could use a B, C, or D to make some jewelry, or you could even go as high as an F, G, or an H if you're doing lace shawls. It really depends on what you're trying to make. Hey, we've got 2 whole sections done. Oh, yeah, there is a runner down here too. I saw that as well. Good for them. I used to run in this weather. I don't run anymore though. I ran a marathon, oh gosh, 6 years ago, 26.2 miles, and that was such an unbelievable experience training for and running a marathon at 39 years old. Huge accomplishment. I still say that my medal is one of my proudest, I did this one backwards again, is one of my proudest and prized possessions, but I hurt myself during the race, and I've never really been able to run since. Not long distance anyway. I could run a couple of miles, but I could never run long distance again. My ankles just aren't having it. But I do miss it. I love long distance running. Love that zoning out, and your brain actually goes on a break. I love that. I love the mental checking out of it. Ah, I did it backwards again. That's the one thing about doing fringe, is you have to stay in the same position the whole time, because if you want your fringe to all stay the same space, or the same on the same side, and I already made a few mistakes, if you can see that. I'll have to fix a couple of them. It's because if you don't hold it in the same place the whole time, you'll end up putting them on in reverse, and so that's where it requires a little bit of concentration to put on fringe. Now if you don't mind if they change direction, that's fine too, but if you do, it requires that little extra bit of concentration. Thank you, Jenny. I love the colors too. It's to make the mandala, you can buy a Be So Serene yarn sampler kit that I sell. How many skeins do you need for my huckleberry cowl? This one, it's 3 skeins of Be So Brave yarn, the American merino wool that is 100% USA made and worsted weight. Takes 3 hanks. I have other layers on today too. Maybe if the sun's out now I can unzip to show you. I've got, like later in the day when it warms up, this is what I'll be wearing. We have this beautiful ruana on, and I've been, for the most part this week, I've been living in this cowl and this ruana. The problem is it's too chilly to just have long sleeves. So like in a long sleeve t-shirt or a long sleeve blouse, you could wear this, but only if it's warm enough and you don't need a coat, which I still do this morning. And I even have another layer on. I have the Tender Celeste scarf or shawl on, wrapped around my neck underneath there. Can you see that? So I've got that one wrapped around my neck, the huckleberry cowl on top, the ruana, which I love. I could just live in this when it's warm enough. So like tomorrow Marlon's in a tennis tournament, and depending on what time of day I'm there, if it's early in the morning I'll have my winter coat on, but as I can peel off layers, I'll be walking around in this ruana and this cowl over some sort of long sleeve shirt and jeans. Thanks, Jenny. Yeah, ruana. Oh, I think I spell it with 1 and not 2, but you've got the gist of it. I'd show you a little better right now, but it's really cold. But I can put a link in the show notes on the video description, and you can go to the pattern page there. Yes, these are all my patterns, and I'll post links to all of them in the show notes in the video description when I get back to my office. Thank you all. The ruana is so fun to wear. It's such a great layering piece. It's forgiving, it hides bumps and rolls, and it's bright and colorful, but it would be beautiful in neutrals as well. It ties on the side, and you can tie it in the front too. Annie, where do you live? she would like to come to Florida but doesn't have a passport. Okay, I am going to enjoy the water for another minute or two. If you have any last minute questions, now would be the time. Or let's just enjoy the sound of the waves. Oh, you're welcome, Jenny. I'm so glad you can join me. Still unsure about this hat. I think it needs another inch or so. Oh, India. Okay. That's a beautiful part of the world that I've never been but would love to go. Okay, well, happy Friday, everyone. Thank you for taking the time to spend with me this morning. I hope you got some peace and relaxation from the sound of the waves. I'll post links to all of the patterns we talked about today